Okay, we are back for part 2. So I have a clock. I didn't put all the numbers, I just put the corner numbers on here. And I have drawn my clock in half, and halfway was 6. We learned that when we talked about half past the hour. And now I divided it into quarters. And I have shaded in 1/4 or 1/4, we could say 1/4 of the clock. So my hand travels from 12, my minute hand travels from 12 to 3, we would say that it has gone 1/4 or 1/4 past the hour. So it has gone past the hour. So if I was looking at my clock here and I said, okay, that's 9 o'clock, if I wanted to go down here, remember I'm divided into quarters, so I've gone 1/4 past. What number do I stop at when I go 1/4? I stop at the 3. So remember, our hour had 60 minutes, half an hour had 30, 1/4 of an hour is 15 minutes. So 15 minutes. So now if I wanted to write my times at 1/4 past, I could write that it was 15 minutes past. So my clock right now shows 15 minutes past 9. I could write that it was 1/4 past, my hour was 9. So those are two different ways that you could read the time, 15 minutes past 9 or 1/4 past 9. How would we write it with numbers? We could also write it as it's the 9th hour and 15 minutes have gone by. So we could say it's 9:15 or 15 minutes past 9 or 1/4 past 9. So if I was to tell this one, what would you say the time is? 1/4 past 11. Notice my little hour hand is also moving, 1/4 past 11. Or we could say it's 11:15, or we could say it is 15 minutes after 11. I could try it with this one. This now says 1:15 or 1/4 past 1. Oops. Ooh, that's a tricky one. This would be 1/4 past 3 or 15 minutes past 3. Now I have 1/4 past 6 or 15 minutes past 6. So now when I am looking at my clock, I could say my clock now is pointing to the 12. 9. So if it's pointing to the 9, this was 1/4 past. This one now has a 1/4 to go still. So in 1/4, it will be the next hour. So it is 1/4 to what time? It's 1/4 to 7. In 15 minutes, it will be 7. So we say that when it's pointing to the 9, it is 1/4 to. So this would be 1/4 to, what's it going to be when it goes 1/4 of the way? 9. So this would be 1/4 to 9. What would this be? 1/4 to 11. This would be 1/4 to 1. That would be 1/4 to go till 4. How many minutes have gone by when you're pointing at the 1/4? 45. So 45 minutes have gone by when you're pointing to the 1/4. So when we're at 1/4 to, we can say it is 1/4 to And right now my clock says it's 3:45. So it's 3:45. We could say that it is 15 minutes to 4. Or we can say that it has gone how many minutes? 45 minutes past 3. Or we could say that is 45 minutes past 3. So when you are going to be writing these numbers as time, here it was quite easy because we had just 1/4 that we've gone past, and that was 15 minutes. Now this one, we can't say put our front number as a 4 because it's not at the 4 yet. It's still at the 3. It hasn't quite made it to the 4. It will be at the 4 when it's up there, but it's not there yet. So the hour is still 3. So we're at 3 hours. And how many minutes did we go around? 45. So 3:45 is 3:45, 15 minutes to 4, or 45 minutes past 3. So our clock is now saying 3:45. So I'm going to give you this one. What are some ways that we could tell that time? We could say it is it's got a 6:45. It's 15 minutes to 7. Or we can say it's gone 45 minutes past 6. So if we were to write that as a time, we would have to write 6:45 because it's not at the 7 yet. Don't get tricked by that. It's not at the 7 yet. What time would that say? You're right, 7 o'clock. That would say 7:15 or 1/4 past. That says 7:30 or half past. That says 7:45. Or it is 45 minutes past 7. So you're going to be doing some work today with time, and you're going to have to be talking about o'clocks and half past, 1/4, and 1/4 past. So the first page, we just need to write this time in 2 different ways. We need to use the word o'clock, and we need to use it as numbers. So this will give you a little reminder. So it's 6 o'clock, so they wrote 6 o'clock, and you're going to write 6. The hour is 6, and the minutes is 00. To make sure you put those 2 00s behind there. So you're going to tell that time in 2 different ways. You're going to write the time in numbers. So you're going to be writing it this way. That's the way with numbers. So they've written the words, you're going to write it in numbers. Here you need to draw the hands on the clock to show the time. So you're going to be putting the hands on these clocks. And for a bonus, this is dealing with a 24-hour clock. So if you can try and figure that out, that might be really cool. See if you can figure out the bonus times. The next page has us dealing with halves. So they have a help up here for you if you get stuck. Write the time 2 ways. So it's 6:30 or it's 6:30. Half past and the time. Here they've written the time in numbers. In words, you need to write it in numbers. So if it's 7:30, we would say it's 7:30. Here you need to draw the hands on the clock to show the time. So you're going to draw all the hands on there. And these ones are again dealing with 24-hour clocks. Then we're dealing with 1/4 past. So they show you here to remind you what 1/4 past is. So it's 1/4 of an hour after 7 or 1/4 past 7, and that's 15 minutes, so it's 7:15. So you need to write the time in words and numbers. Use 1/4 in your answer. So you're going to write this way, 1/4 past the number, and you're going to write it that way. So those are the 2 ways you need to write those answers for 7. Number 8, it now shows us 1/4 the hour, and it shows us how the time goes. It's 1/4, but it's gone 45 minutes around. So you need to use this, you need to write it this way and this way on those blanks. And then, I know there's a lot of work, but it's not hard work today. So write the time in numbers. 1/4 past 7. So it's only It's gone quarter of the way around, which was 15, so 7:15. Quarter two. Oh, quarter two is when it was only has that little piece left to do, so that would be 6:45. So use a clock. If you need a clock, use it. Then you need to draw the time, hands on these clocks to show the time. Look very carefully. Are they saying quarter two or quarter past? That is quarter past. That is quarter two. Be careful. And then number 11, is the hour hand closer to the 4 or the 5 when it's 4:15? Is it closer to the 4 or 5 when it's 4:45? And bonus, where is it closer to when it's at 4:30? So that is your math for today. I hope you have fun. If you have questions, please ask Mrs. Hickey or I, and we will help you with it. Have a good math class.